Can you explain the meaning behind the different titles of the documents? Like, what is the difference between a constitution, a dogmatic constitution, a pastoral constitution, and a declaration?
Yeah. Okay. So there's 4 constitutions, and these are documents that are on doctrinal subjects, doctrinal topics, right?
Okay.
So a constitution deals with doctrine. In general, right? There's different kinds of constitutions that deal with doctrine in different ways.
Okay.
So the 4 are Dei. So I'll start with Dei Verbum. It's a
Mhm.
dogmatic constitution, which
Mhm.
means it has great weight. And it's on scripture, as we talked about. It's on, but more broadly on revelation itself, especially in relation to the rules of faith. The second one is Lumen Gentium. It's also a dogmatic constitution, has a lot of weight, and it's on the church. It's the church's teaching on herself, how she understands herself. The third one is, and these are not in order, but the third one here is Sacrosanctum Concilium, and this one is on liturgical discipline and liturgical theology. And so the church is teaching about the practice and reasons behind liturgical worship. And finally, Gaudium et Spes it's a pastoral and a theological constitution. This one, it's not a dogmatic constitution; it's a pastoral constitution, and it's really about the church's mission, especially vis-a-vis man today. How do we reach man today? And so this one is a pastoral constitution on the church's mission of preaching Christ to the nations, really. So the declarations, there's 3 declarations. There's a Gravissimus Educationis, which is basically on education, schools, right? The rights of parents when it comes to education. There's Nostra Aetate, which is on non-Christian religions, engaging them because the church has a mission to spread Christ to these people of different religions. And Dignitates Humanae, as we talked about, which is on religious liberty, especially today in this kind of democratic secular world. The declarations, they're basically like expository or like legislative documents, but the decrees are more like executive guidance. You guys should do this, 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 and this. This will be good for the church. Let's go ahead and do that. And so there's 9 of these. I'll just read through them real quick, just for the sake of the audience. There's Ad Gentes, which covers evangelization and missionary work. There's Presbyterorum Ordinis, which is on priestly ministry. There's Apostolicam Actuositatem, which is the role of lay people, which is key in the council. There's Optatam Totius, which is on the training of priests. There's Perfecte Caritatis, which is on religious life and the evangelical councils, right? Chastity, poverty, and obedience. There's Christus Dominus on the ministry of bishops, and this gets into jurisdiction and mission, which ties into our talks on the Society of St. Pius X. And there's Unitatis Redintegratio, and this one is on inter-Christian ecumenism. And I've referenced those documents of agreements earlier, and that's a result of this document calling for such things. And then there's Orientarium Ecclesiarum, which is on the Eastern churches, those in union with Rome and those separated. How do we deal with that? And finally, Inter Mirifica, which is on social media and technology as a whole. Those are the writings, the documents of the Second Vatican Council.